All right, let's get to, you've introduced and has been introduced in the past week a flurry of legislation in Pennsylvania dealing with the East Palestine situation. Give us an update on that, Doug.
Yeah, so obviously the people in eastern Palestine and western Pennsylvania are forgotten. They don't think they've forgotten. They are forgotten. They pushed aside. I was told by a senior uh, administration official here in Pennsylvania in a conversation where I just brought up what's going on out west, how bad it is, how we advanced. And he looked over at me and said, "Well, Senator, we're trying to move on from that." I'm like, "Are you kidding me already? The train load's not even burnt, cold yet. It's still hot out there, and people still have a lot of questions and need a lot of help, and they just want to walk away. They want you to forget about it, and if you live in the area, you can't forget about it. You're still getting sick, still having reactions, still have a lot of questions, concerns. Your property value is shot. You're in a farm or a co-op out there. No one wants to buy your produce. Your businesses are shot, and we're told to walk away from it. It's not going to happen. We're not going to walk away, even if we're the last voice out there pushing for the folks out west. I've had several bills introduced. We talked about them. One, of course, is to release money that's frozen since Josh Shapiro lacked the moral fortitude or courage to declare it an emergency. This would force the release of $5 million of money that would be available to people out west. The money would be replenished by Norfolk Southern as far as fiscal accountability. Another bill, of course, is urging Department of Transportation and EPA to declare this an emergency disaster area once the state and once the feds declare it so, frees up money to help the people. We want to help the people. We're tired of the talk. They're sick and tired of the talk. They're tired of politicians flinging in and flinging out, not doing anything. So my bills have passed my committee. They have passed for the Senate. Now they're stalled at the House. So if people want these bills to move, please contact the Speaker of the House and ask her to do her job and move these important bills.
What's been the reaction? I mean, let me just start here. It's now going in the second week in May. Have you had a conversation with Governor Shapiro yet about your findings there and what you want to do?
I had a conversation with his cabinet, and the response was, "We want to move on. That they're going to do whatever it takes us to move on. Instead of stepping in, John, and bringing in all the guns, all their assets, the resources to help the people here. It's just not going to happen with a lot of pressure. I'm not even sure that's going to work at this point here. So the most likely course of action, our best course of action, to get the legislation run." I spoke with one of my colleagues in the House, one of my counterparts on the House Veterans and Emergency Preparedness Committee in the House, and they seemed open to the idea of putting these bills.
They want to move on. They don't care about the people. They don't care about what happened to those that live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that were affected by this. They just want to put it behind them politically and move on.
Yeah,
Is
and you
that
can see
not what is wrong with our entire system today, Senator?
it really, I was still surprised. I know this one cabinet individual personally, a decent guy. I mean, I was taken aback. I'm like, what? You can't move on from this. This has just begun. You're going to see hot spots and trouble down the road here that are going to bite you in the butt. Do the right thing now, guy. And the administration that just sees it as their first misstep. Because, in that, truth be told, I deal in the world of fact. While this is going on here, Shapiro was too eager and too giggly that he had to run off the Grammys, hang out with Smokey Robinson, posted a picture. And we saw how raunchy the Grammys were. He's enjoying himself out there. Came back for a couple of days to Pennsylvania to then set it out to Arizona. I had to be for the Super Bowl. While these decisions are being made to burn poisonous gas and phosgene into the air, into the ground, into the water, poisoning people. And then he comes back and he's like, "Oh, crap, this was a problem. I probably should goofing off, flying around." And instead of doing the right thing and just taking charge, okay, I'm here. Let's declare an emergency. Let's get our assets. Let's get the National Guard there. Instead of doing the right thing, they want to walk away